noches, mi nombre es Nick Vujicic. I'm from Australia. I now live in California, and I was born without arms and legs. And many people, they come up to me, especially children, and they say, "What happened?" And I go up to them and I say, "Cigarettes." And they freak out a little bit, and these kids are not going to smoke. So anyway, I love to have fun in my life. I've learned how to surf, swim, golf, scuba dive, skydive. It was pretty crazy. For the first time jumping out of a plane, my knees were shaking. I love traveling around the world and sharing my story. I'm in the middle of a South America tour where I'm spreading a message of hope and faith. And we came from Colombia, Ecuador, and we were in Peru. Now we're going to Bolivia, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil, and so on. And so we're just so excited to be here in Argentina. Argentina is my 50th country to go around. And many people, they are wondering, why do I smile so much? Where do I get my joy? How did I find my purpose? You know, purpose is so important to find in life, and it needs to be a real hope that we have for us to have a real joy. You know, many people are looking for happiness, and we will, think in life, well, if I just had money, if I just had more opportunities, if I just didn't have so much bad luck in my life, then I would be more happy. But I talk about the fact that we can always have more and we can always have less, and we can be thankful for what we have. You see my little foot? I was born this way, and there's no medical reason why. And I have a little foot. I've got 2 toes, so I can do the peace sign, pass, peace. And I can type 43 words a minute on a normal computer. And after 2 cups of coffee, I actually can type 53 words a minute. And as I travel around the world, I see so many different people with different brokenness and all these sorts of things. And I'm never a person to say that I understand your pain. Pain is pain. Brokenness is brokenness. But hope is hope. I don't know what you're going through, but I believe losing a loved one is worse than having no arms and no legs. You can have arms and legs, but be disabled by fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, the fear of what people think of you, the fear of knowing or not if there is a hope to your life. At age 10, I actually tried to commit suicide by drowning myself in 15 centimeters of water when I was 10 years old because of bullying at school. But today I can tell you that I'm a speaker. I'm happily married. I got married on the 12th of February 2012, and on the 13th of February 2013, my wife and I now have a baby boy, Kiyoshi. And I just want people to know to never, ever give up. You don't know what beautiful things can come out of your broken pieces when we trust God. For me, God is very, very important in my life. Not just as a religion, but every day I pray. Every day I think about the Bible. Every day I read the promises of God to remind me that I'm not alone. To remind myself that this life is good, ups and downs, altos y bajos, ups and downs, right? Good days and bad days. But we know we're not alone. And in our life, we also can know that heaven is real. Argentina is a beautiful country. So many beautiful things that tourists can see. But heaven is so beautiful. And the most beautiful thing about heaven is there will be no more death. There will be no more sin. There will be no powers and principalities of darkness with corruption and violence and war. Heaven is heaven. And I know my arms and legs are waiting for me in heaven. And that's great. But one thing that I can't wait for in heaven is to know that one day, 7 years ago, for you to know, 7 years ago, I met a little boy with no arms and no legs and a little foot like me. He was 2 years old. And I looked at him and I was like, wow, that's amazing. We got the father to bring him up on stage, and he's looking up at me. I'm looking down at him. He has no arms, no legs, and a little foot. And I put my foot on his foot, and he started smiling. And everyone started crying. His mom hugged my mom and cried. My dad hugged his dad, and they cried. And last year I went to his school, and because I did a motivational speech, and I have no arms, no legs, just like this little boy Daniel, now Daniel is the coolest kid in the school. When you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle. So take one day at a time, never give up, and know that God is with you every step of the way. Thank you so much.